Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Tim Time Projects here. My assistant is upstairs whistling, as you hear, and that'll go on throughout the video. So, today on Tim Time we tackle the tough subjects, like a rising Amazon bill. Okay, so I was on Amazon and I bought something. I've been on an oscilloscope kick lately, I think. And I couldn't quite pass this up. I'd had it in my cart. It was only like $35, but it was like on sale, and they had a 20% off coupon and 6% if you use your card. You know, it ended up being like 20-some dollars. But it is a mini pocket handheld oscilloscope, and I always wanted to try one of these. Let's see how it works. They send it with that and a probe. The probe's bigger than the scope is, but they give you all the different color rings, which is kind of interesting because there's really only one probe with this. But I guess maybe if you have a bunch of them. But this is how it comes with all this stuff here. And this is good up to 200 kilohertz, it says right here. And I'd probably never use it with anything that high. You know, obviously you couldn't use it to check your clock speed in a computer or anything, but that might be good if you build a little digital circuit and you just want to look at things. But I always thought it would be good to have a little bit of an oscilloscope that if I wanted to look at something on some of these older radios that I work on and I didn't want to plug it in, to have it possibly on the same ground, you know, and I wanted a complete standalone, even though I do have a isolation transformer. But anyhow, so his little do not tamper with thingy here. I don't know if I can get it open. Yeah, this was not supplied for me to do a box opening or anything like that. This is, I actually went out and purchased this. There it is. Oh, it's adorable. Give you another little set of leads. And here's the official instruction booklet, which is nice. They give you a USB cable here. Hopefully that's to charge it, because I don't remember what batteries it would take, if any. Little back stand. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Well, it comes on. Alright, so gives you a digital reading of what you're looking at. Let's see what mode offers. Now, I haven't read any instructions or anything, so excuse me. So I'm just winging it here. There is a protector screen on it. Well, something happened there. There's run. So it lights up green when you're in run and then stop. I guess if it doesn't detect anything, it stops. Let's see. Mode: normal, single, auto, normal, single, auto. So let's see if we put mode in. Here's auto. So it looks like it's running already if I put it on auto. There, that stops it. Here's where the USB charging port looks like a type C. Right there. Let's see if you can zoom in a little bit now and see it. Alright. Oh, Yeah, I meant to do that. All right. So let's see. I imagine that's a compensation port. It's got a little, oh, here where there's a, on the top, you can choose what you want. Let's see, AC, let's see. And you can push it in. Okay, so when you choose it and it highlights in blue, you change that. So there's a 10 millivolt scale. So if I go up 20, 50, it's hard. It's really hard to see. I don't know. When it's in blue, it's really hard to see. But as I go up with this, it's 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, or 1 volt, 2 volt, 5 volt. There's 10 volts. So let's see. Let's leave it on 5 volts. We'll grab our signal generator over here. And let's see. It's got a probe, and it also has these leads that it came with. So we'll try the leads first. And it looks like it just plugged right into the top here, maybe. I don't want to force anything quite yet. You see, here's the same kind of situation, and it converts, same kind of situation here, and it converts that, which is the end in the oscilloscope, to a BNC connector. And it looks like it even has, I'm not sure what those are for. Oh, those are just to grab the side of the BNC connector. Alright. So there's the probe with that on it. Alright, so it just pushes in there like so. Alright, I zoomed out a little bit so you can see what I'm going to do here. That's coming from my signal generator that's at 1 kilohertz and 4 volts peak to peak. Oh, look at that. Let me turn it on auto and see what happens. There, check that out. It automatically calibrated. It's only 4.03. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can take a look at this. Focus it a little bit better for you here, or adjust it. Alright, so there you can see it's showing a sine wave. 4 point something something volts. Frequency is going between 999 hertz and 1.02 kilohertz. Duty cycle is 50% because that's a sine wave. It converts it to RMS, max and min, AVA. What's that? Let's see. So here I'm on the 1 time scale. I hit auto, so it would automatically do what I wanted it to do. But I could probably go to manual, which would be like that. And then I can turn this up. So we're on the 1 volt mode. That's the 2 volt mode. It's the looks like 500 millivolt mode. All right, here it's not really a square wave, but I'm just so over driving the screen there, so we'll go back to that. So then I can change over. If I was to use a different probe, I'd probably be able to move over here And as you can see now, I have the times 1 probe. There's the times 10 probe. Times 1 probe again. So I guess that's my two choices, times 10 and times 1. And you can see that the voltage actually is changing so that this doesn't disappear. Next would be the frequency, but that's the reciprocal, so it's showing time. But let's just say I wanted to get more or less on the screen. All right. There you go. Next we come over to coupling mode. I'd imagine it's AC, so I'm thinking that's going to be the coupling mode. Yeah, there's DC, AC, DC, AC. And then next is run. And if I hit stop, it freezes it. And of course run shows me again. So auto's nice because when you connect it up to something, you just hit the auto button and you can see it working through what would be the best for you to view it. Let's see. I'm wondering if anywhere it shows me what my battery level is. Alright, I'm going to turn this around for us. Here on the top, like I said, is the selector, so you can move when you move your cursor back and forth. That would imagine be the compensating port. This here's a little stand it up kind of thing. I don't know, it's kind of a cute little gadget, and it's big enough that you can see it. I mean, look, compared to my hand, it's, well, say a finger. It's not so small that you'd need a magnifying glass to see it. Of course, I got to wear a magnifying glass all the time anyhow. But anyhow, that's my rundown, and here it is. It's, I don't know what all that says, so and you're on your own there. Mini pocket handheld oscilloscope by FNIRSI. I guess I can get that off my finger. Here's the instruction booklet. The DSO152. Or is it DSO152 probably? Yeah, I think this is just a multi-language instruction manual, instruction booklet, so you'll find it in all different languages. So that comes with it, and oh, well, all in all, I'm curious to give it some tries. Let's see what happens. It says that it's good up to 200 kilohertz, doesn't it? Let's see what happens when we get up near 200. If that starts to deteriorate, let's go to, I'm going to set it to maybe 150, or we'll go 100 first. So 100 kilohertz. All right. Let me turn it on auto again. I'll push the auto button, and there it goes. All right, so just with as with anything, as you're getting up in frequency and starting to get out of this one's range, 3.9 volts, but it showed me about 100 kilohertz, so it's still pretty good there. Let's go and see how much more that falls. We'll go to 150. There's 150 kilohertz. 3.7, so you can, I'll even hit auto here, let it do its thing here. There it goes. 3.7 volts, showing 100, between 150 and 151 kilohertz. And again, I'm coming through these kind of cables and not using leads. Let me see if I change over to probes, if that makes any difference. Take that cable off and we'll put a probe on because it's be kind of insulated. I don't think that I need to put my little ring on there. So I'm going to pull this out, hopefully. And I'll plug this one in. Now I didn't compensate it first. There There goes that. Take these two guys off like so. That sure is getting in the way a lot. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to plug the leads from my signal generator. Come on. It'll be the Incredible Hulk to squeeze that. Alright, there's the negative, and here goes the positive. Maybe. Let's see, we'll put it on, it's on times 1, we'll put it on times 10, so we're going to go down here. I'm sorry, it's on times 10, we're going to put that on times 10, so we'll go down here. And we're going to tell it, there's a times 10 probe. I'm just going to hit auto and let it do its thing. Alright. So the frequency is, it looks like it might, going between 149 something and 150 something. I'll zoom in so you can see that. Come on there, focus. There you go. There you go. Alright. Saying 320 for the voltage now. That's with the probe. So let's see what happens when we get to 200. Let me hit auto here so that it does its little job. Whoa, there we go. So now it's saying 3 volts, but 1.99, between 1.99 and 200 kilohertz. So let's just see what happens when we go up to 300. There's 300 kilohertz. Let's turn this on auto. Took it a couple seconds to figure it out, and you can now see that the waves start to deteriorate. Frequency counter is pretty close. It's saying it's going between 300 and 317. Let's see what the wave looks like. Let me choose us a better wave. So 10 microseconds is as low as I can go. So even if it was a pure wave, I wouldn't be able to look at any more than that. So that's as low of a time base as it'll go. Let me see. We'll go back to 200 and see how that looks there. And there it comes. Yeah, the wave looks a lot better. You can see it looks linear across the bottom. So, alright, so, but it does have some losses in the voltage, but you can see that with just about anything. As you're getting to the end of its acceptable range, but still it would work for you if you needed to see if you weren't as concerned with the accuracy of the voltage. Okay, well, I'll zoom it out again here so you can get a full look at it. There's that and that. Let me see if we can test the and adjust the compensation. I'm going to have to tilt this forward and do that. I can't see that. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There it is. Let's hit auto. There it is. Alright, so the compensation on this, I would imagine, is like anything else. You're just going to want to square that off. And they give you a little adjustment tool, and it goes into the back here. I'll zoom in so you can see that. Not that much. There we go. Try and keep my hand out of the way. All right. So let's see what I want to make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, the other bigger. See little bits of noise there. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get that out. But that's about as square as I think I can get it. And that's just, there's a capacitance in there that makes an allowance for the lead itself and the talking to the device. So there you have it. It stopped. I'm going to turn it off. Thought I was going to turn it off. There we go. So now when I turn it back on, let me see if it gives us the option to look and see what the battery situation is. Not that I see. Well, I'll have to read anywhere and see if it tells me, is there a way to see what the battery is? Let's zoom in here for a second. So, little icon up here, that tells you, of course, what mode you're in. That tells you if it's going to trigger on the rising or falling edge. Looks like on the falling edge, if you have it in that mode. I don't see anywhere where it tells me there's a battery light or battery indicator. However, I'll zoom back out on the side here. Those lights, when you have it plugged in these little holes, when you have it plugged in, they tell you in red or green what the battery state is. It says it'll go four hours on the lithium-ion battery that's in there. And it's got different show and close. So if I do a long press on run, I should get some different parameters. Let's see. So turn it on. I'll do a long press. Oh, see, it makes them go away, so you don't see them. Do a long press again, and there they're back up. So I guess in case you don't want to see them. And if you hit the hold the mode button for longer, you'll change. That little arrow will point to the rising edge. There, now it's on the rising edge. Exit calibration, auto calibration. So we have an auto calibration mode. Let's see, short press, control parameters. So if I just do a short press on this, it goes through a calibration mode. And there's a little reset button over here on the side. One of these, whatever one's not the light, is the reset button. Let's see. It just points to the side. Looks like the reset button's the top one. So, all right. Well, all in all, kind of anxious to actually do something with it. But it's a cute little thing. It feels pretty durable. I wonder about the longevity of the adjustment for the I'm sorry, the connection point. I mean, it feels good plugging into it, but there's just a friction lock, so I wonder how long that'll stay. There it goes, and there you have it. So thanks for watching.